Good evening, good evening. Hope you're all well. So, for tonight's stream, we are most certainly playing Apex. As explained, in general, I'm leaving Thursday open for sort of whatever I feel like, and as I've explained for anyone who's been watching the stream this week, I've been pretty much always in the mood for Apex. Both on and off the stream. So, we're going to be diving in, and at the moment I'm very, very close to the next rank, the next level of rank, which is Platinum, and I'm hoping to hit that fairly early on in the stream, although you do lose rank points every time you join a game, and if you don't earn them back, then you can theoretically just go down in rank. If you play badly, you go down in rank. That's how it goes. But the idea here is that while I have been ranking up slower and slower as we've reached this sort of stage, I think we're hitting my sort of true rank at some point, and then it's going to really take improvement to go further than this. I think to hit Platinum is very much within my abilities. In fact, one decent game now, if the first game goes well, we'll hit Platinum. If not, we'll have to work towards it, and then from there we're going to have a look at how Platinum is, whether the level of play is noticeably better or not. I doubt it. I think that at this level the level of change will be quite gradual, but who knows. And oh, hang on, just need to get the angle on that a bit better. And my headphones have gone all sorts of wrong as well. There we go. Sorry about that. So, popping that over there. Popping us in-game. And we'll load up and have a quick chat about the ranking system and also about the weapons that I prefer to use. So, at the moment, I do tend to have a particular progression. Thank you, Pagan. Lovely to see you again this evening. I am, currently favouring certain weapons, certain loadouts, and I'm just going to quickly go through them and explain sort of why. And then that will hopefully lead me to think about maybe some goals that I want to set for myself. Always good to have a goal, so we'll see what we think our goal is going to be for this episode. I've been getting a little bit better at keeping an eye on my health and shields. That's been something that's been lacking. But I think perhaps since I play Wattson almost exclusively, unless there's a challenge to play it otherwise, I think one of my challenges might be to myself is to make more use of my electric walls and my ultimate. So I recently watched a sort of tips and tricks video that somebody else did on Wattson specifically, and I certainly learned some stuff there that I think could be applied a bit better, but it was from a previous patch. So in the patch that video was based on, her electric fields could be placed for fucking 3 miles long between the poles, and now it's less than half of what he was showing is possible. So I'm going to have to sort of adapt his advice and see if I can develop my own style and see if I can really put Wattson a little bit more on the map as being a strong pick. I know that Pathfinder and Octane are particularly strong choices in general, but I'd like to sort of get Wattson on the map, as I think she should be. For some reason, it's looking like the game might have crashed, or is having an incredibly long load time. I'm hoping we've not sort of accidentally hit a patch timing. Oh no, there we go, we're in game. So I'm just going to double check on my XSplit that that's showing up. Yes, it is, marvellous. And so here we are. I've currently got my battle pass to 52. This music is a bit loud, isn't it? Let's have a quick settings. How about that? There we go, that's a little bit better, that's a bit less invasive. So yeah, I'm currently leveling up pretty fast. I've been playing this game an unbelievable amount recently. I don't even want to know my hours played. But as we mentioned, let's have a look at the weapons and see what we're going for. So we'll have a look at the assault rifles first. The Flatline, it is probably my favourite weapon in the game. It is a very reliable, heavy round assault rifle, which I feel is accurate, has access to good attachments, and is just an absolute joy. Hemlock is for me just a strictly worse version of the Flatline, and I will only pick it up in the early game as necessary. R301 is excellent and is something which I'm trying to get better with. So I think an R301 rewards good accuracy with a very high rate of fire. And we'll speak more about this when we come to the R99 in a minute. But with this gun, I do try to keep it in my inventory quite a bit because it forces me to work on my tracking when people are close by. It forces me to pay attention a bit more to my ammo conservation as well. So I like the R301. Havoc and basically all energy weapons are weak in my opinion, and they can be okay with the turbocharger upgrade so that they begin firing faster and they wind up faster, but in general I avoid these and I don't think that's just a playstyle thing, I just genuinely think they're not amazing. We come into the submachine guns. Alternator, you're only going to use this at the start of the game when you pick it up. The R99 is like the R301 but even more rewarding if you're able to track really well, and even more punishing if you're not. My tracking currently isn't good enough to make this one work. I do like to carry it. I do like to try and sort of force myself to realise that my tracking's not good enough and to push myself. But very often you'll see me drop this for a shotgun or something else because I am scared of it. The Prowler is absolutely amazing with the select fire attachment and pretty dreadful without it. Not dreadful, is not great without it. So I tend to look around for select fire. If I get that, I'll keep it, and then if I get a Prowler, I'll probably keep that. Downside with a Prowler is it will often take a slot which you would normally have a rifle in, and if you have this plus a shotgun, or this plus an R99 or an R301, then your ranged ability becomes really quite limited, so you are sort of forcing yourself into those small circle fights, into playing into the late game, and in some ways into playing into Watson's strengths, which is to have a defensive position and hold it. But sometimes when you've got that defensive position, you want to be able to snipe people and really put pressure on them and force them to come to you. So yeah, there's a bit of a mix there. Devotion, energy weapon, not great. If you get turbocharger, fine. Spitfire has recently become probably one of my favourite weapons, actually. I think it's very reliable. I think it's very accurate. It's got an enormous magazine size. It pumps out damage. It can break through knockdown shields very well. The recoil is very controllable. I'm a huge fan. L-Star, only takeable from supply crates and so on. It's an epic weapon. I haven't used it much. I did like it when I did use it. I think it's good. Snipers. I've been staying away from snipers recently. I'm quite good at sniping in most games, and I enjoy sniping. But in this game, with the way that people can do shield regeneration at distance with very little punishment for doing so, because you can't snipe someone and be pushing them at the same time, and therefore I think that despite having this very cool skin for the longbow, sniping is a lot less accurate, a lot less useful in this game than it is in other games. That said, being able to punish people at range and especially sort of force them to come to you when you're playing Wattson has a lot of credit. And so if you are going to play sniper rifles, the Kraber is by far the best. It's amazing. It's just wonderful. The triple take is, but in my opinion, the worst. Again, the energy rifle one. The charge rifle is also energy ammo and a bit better than the triple take, but bad in some ways. So first of all, it lights up where you are very, very clearly for enemies. And I often, when someone else is using a charge rifle, they just draw a big line to where they are, and that's great. I then shoot them. And second, it's got that sort of wind-up time and the bit sort of tick damage that makes people move. Not sure, not great. G7 Scout has gone up massively in my estimation because of its rate of fire. So it puts out reasonable damage, and if you you are sort of able to use it in medium to close range, if you are accurate enough and you simply keep pulling that trigger, if you've got an extended light mag. I think the double tap attachment turns it into more of a close range weapon than a long range weapon, because honestly the double tap at long range isn't very useful. In fact, it could even be negative. And at close range it's great because it just allows you to pump out those shots, but then you're thinking, well, why don't I just have a different weapon? So G7 I'm a bit sort of torn on, but it's been going up in my estimation. Longbow, you can sort of notice a theme here. Heavy ammo gets my vote. I'm a big fan of heavy ammo weapons. And the longbow is sort of my sniper of choice after the Kraber, which is far and away my favourite sniper rifle. Shotguns, God bless them, love them. The Eva with the double tap is great. The Mastiff is superb. The Peacekeeper is amazing. All of those are fine. Hit them, use them, they're awesome. Get their respective attachments because you do need them. Mozambique sucks a big bag of dick. Don't touch it. It's awful. It's marginally better than using your fists. Pistols. RE45 is a reasonable little gun that can sometimes get you out of some shit. The P2020 is pretty awful, and the Wingman has been nerfed so much since the patches when I was playing it in Season 1 that I simply can't bring myself to use it. Though I have seen videos of people really, owning things with this. It has a potential if your aim is godlike. Mine is not. I ignore all pistols. So that's the weapons. The rank situation. So you start at 0, 1-2 to get to silver, 2-4 to get to gold, and 4-8 to get to platinum. We are at 4,786. So I need 14 rank points in this first game, which actually means that I need 38. Reason being that I pay 24 per game to just enter the game. So if we have a look up here, if we, for example, place in the top 10 and get 2 kills, then we're likely to get 32, for example. So 34. So 2 kills, 24 plus 10-ish, say 34. But if we were in top 8, that would be even more, and then we would be leveling up. So we're looking for a middle to good game, and we'll hit platinum, and then from there we'll have a look, see how it goes, and push the grind. Wattson, my favourite character. Electric walls, electric ultimate that stops grenades and bombs and all sorts, and also recharges shields. And also she's a bit small, she's a bit hard to hit. So that's the update, that's where we are. For those who maybe haven't been following along with Apex, I thought I'd just give that out. And for those who do follow Apex, then you'll have understood more of what I was talking about regarding the guns. I don't know why, I just felt like I wanted to sort of go through that also in my own head. As I say, my goals for today. Continue my previous goal of keeping an eye on my health and shields during the game, and adding to that a new goal, which is to try to make sure that I'm using my electric fences a bit more, and that I'm not just sitting there with a full quota of electric fences and none on the map. I want to try and make sure that they are being used, which isn't to say that I'm just going to throw them down and waste them, but just I'd like to try and use them a bit more. Alright, so that's the intro done. And that's hopefully given a couple of people a bit of time to come and join us. I know that the live notifications don't go out immediately to everybody, and it takes people a minute to see them. So hopefully we can join the fun together.
The winner's out there looking for you.
Oh, she's got the same red skin. I really like that skin.
Safety's off, weapons free.
Oh, triple ladies team. Bringing
This
all
is
the
more
ladies.
than a battlefield to me.
One of the tips in the Watson video that I watched actually was to buy the epic skin that's black and electric, because sometimes in a high
Introducing your
octane
champion.
environment you can sort of mistake her for one of her electric pylons, because she actually looks so electrified and dark, she blends in and looks
I am
electric.
honored.
I thought that was quite funny. But I mean, you know, picking a skin or picking clothing on a shooting game in order to blend in a little bit is not a new concept. I've been wearing darker clothing on a lot of games for a long time and using small characters and often playing female characters because they're smaller and thus a little bit harder to see and maybe hit. Now then, 34 still in the dropship.
Let's land here.
A lot of people are staying in. I'm a bit concerned about how many people are still in that dropship. We are aiming for this train, which is a bit greedy. And might get us killed. It looks like, first of all, I told you that I like the flatline, and we've just got an epic version of it.
First blood.
And second, we seem to get on the train alone. This is awesome news.
Body shield here. Level 3.
Go this way. They spotted me. I'm taking shots. Try out.
What? Why have our guys got off the fucking train? I'm not delighted with their decision to get off the train. That
Pop
was
in the
not smart.
chimney. Wouldn't let down. Taking fire.
If I can get to them, then maybe we can take advantage of the situation. But I've still only got, I mean, I've got the only weapon I need. I've got the flatline. It's all loaded up. I'm good to go. But
Hostile spotted.
where are they planning to go? Over here?
Need to recharge my shields.
Can I have that flatline
Patching
back,
myself
please?
up.
Sorry, I dropped it by accident. Thank you, thank you.
Ask you one here.
Dibs.
Alright, so in the interests of our previous discussion,
Infinity. The fence is complete.
Extended heavy mag here. Level 2. Ammo up. Taking fire. I'm spotted.
we
Enemy down.
nailed that guy. We are now lagging.
Attention, the champion has been eliminated.
The amount of lag is really
Checking
bad.
out. Good work.
I don't understand why I'm lagging so much, I can barely move.
Shot at.
Putting down the fence. Fence them in, fence them out.
I mean, somehow we're still
I'm taking shots.
killing people,
That was
but
the last one. Bye-bye, squad.
Nice choice.
Ring's moving. Let's go. Allons-y.
seriously, this lag is not good. I don't know what's going on. We need to have a quick check. I'm just going to exit all other programs that could possibly be affecting us.
Extended heavy
and
mag
then
here.
Level 2.
Jump back into the game.
Extended heavy mag here. Level 2. I need heavy ammo.
Bro, are you lagging?
Yes, I'm lagging.
Package being delivered.
I don't know why.
Supplies coming in. Just topping off my shields.
It's perfect. I'm lagging.
Just topping off my shields.
Yeah, this lag is bad. We're gonna have to. I don't know what's going on.
Taking a knee.
I haven't lagged
Patching up.
on. It must be maybe something to do with the streaming. The ring's coming in, so I'm gonna start moving. But it's gonna make it really hard. Like, look at this. This is ridiculous. I mean, maybe there's something wrong with the servers, but I mean, look at this nonsense. Frankly, I don't know how I got a kill. Anyway, lag or no, we can still run for the ring, so... While we're here, we may as well have a quick
What's your
glance at
path on the
these.
map?
See if there's any meds or anything. No meds. And then while we're running, we can get. Oh my lord, we're
Taking a
getting.
knee. Patching up.
No, we're not.
Healing up. Eyes are open now.
Beginning ring countdown.
Rings far, ladies. Oscar Mike.
Are we gonna die here?
Firing.
Healing my wounds.
Use a syringe.
Reloading. I downed an enemy. Reloading. Reloading.
Healing my wounds.
Getting shot at.
More health in.
Reloading. New kill leader. Watch your six.
They do appear to be fighting. Let's see if we can get in. Nope, they've dealt with the squad.
That was
Fantastic.
the last.
Healing my wounds.
Looks like I can't really hear what's like. There's so much madness going on here. Anyway, let's pick up what we can.
Peacekeeper here.
Let's go there. Terror stabilizer here. Level 4.
Using a med kit. 1 sec.
Gotta hop up here.
Right, we're all pretty well geared out, it would seem. Need a shotgun bolt.
1 minute. Rings nearby.
I need a hop up. Joke.
Patching myself up. Ring's not too far. 45 left.
Right, in the interests of our
I'm fencing.
mentioned
The
thing,
fence
I'll
is
pop a
complete.
fence in just so that we can
Give me a sec.
come
Recharge your
back to
shield.
it
Less than 30 seconds.
if we
Rings
need
nearby.
to. Maybe
Planting
the same
fences.
there. And here we're looking for shotgun bolts
10 seconds to the ring. It's
or
close at least.
precision choke. And we're just taking any and all heavy ammo because
Warning.
Firing. Double time enemy over there.
Rings moving. Hustle up.
Reloading. Enemy down. Enemy down.
Oh, mother of God.
I'm taking shots. Reloading. Down.
Oh, please don't die to this now. This would be so sad. He should win this fight.
Opponent over here.
Yes, 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 yes.
Kill leader's done. That's how we do.
Looks like I'm the kill leader. This time.
Punching a tunnel.
Hold tight. I got your back.
So, this is great use of Wraith here. He's made us a tunnel so that we can run out the hell out of here.
My circuits are connecting again.
Portal plate.
I'm grabbing a bunch of syringes because we're going to need them to run through here.
Healing my wounds.
And my health is so
Taking a med
low.
kit. 1 sec.
Let's use the hill while we've got it to get the extra movement. Get the syringe popped. Our job is to get our health and shields back up to full so
Shield
that
to
we can be
recharge.
I've spotted an
combat
enemy.
useful. Those guys can probably see me in a second, which means we're going to have to move across.
I need
Man,
heavy ammo.
Recharging my
they're
shields.
really far behind us. I do not understand. Oh, they were looting. Wow, that is greedy. I'm not sure I agree with that.
Pull myself up.
Healing my wounds.
I need heavy ammo. Heavy.
Engaging the enemy.
I'm going to pop an ultimate accelerant and just get my ultimate up. And then we're going to pop down some defences around this area.
Combat's too noisy. Shush now. Planting fences. 1 minute. Rings close by. I'm fencing. The circuit is complete.
So if they want to come at me, they are going to struggle to do so.
45 seconds.
Laying fences.
Now they are going to really struggle to do so.
Fence placed. Fence them in. Fence them out.
Less than 30 seconds.
Rings.
Putting down a fence.
Only 2 other squads left.
Only 2. We're top 3. Looks like we're going platinum, boys. We have easily got enough kills and placement if we are in the top 3. So that is plat. Woohoo!
10 seconds. Rings just ahead.
It may not seem like much of an achievement given that this is the first game of the stream, but trust me, I've been playing for a good long while this week to reach this point, so I'm quite pleased. I'm going to move over
Rings
towards
moving.
there again.
Let's
I'm
go.
going to pop another
Rosie.
ultimate accelerant. Watson is unique because her ultimate accelerant actually gets you straight to 100% instead of being sort of an increase. It's a full reset of your ultimate. That guy's trying to make me have a fucking heart attack. It does look like the lag sorted itself out. We do seem to be able to be playing now at regular pace.
I've spotted an enemy.
Heard that.
Engaging the enemy.
I'm just giving that guy something to be excited about. So now, I'm going to take over this building if I can. Holy tits.
Setting a fence.
Hostile over there.
The circuit is complete.
Roger.
Just now. No more storms.
So I've got a little place to hide myself, load up my fences, and we're now going to put some layered defense out.
Target spotted.
Fence deployed.
Target over there.
The circuit is complete.
We need to be near our ultimate just to level this up some more.
Fence placed. Fence in position. Anyone passes through here? We'll know.
1 minute. Rings nearby.
Hostile over there.
Reloading.
Setting the fence. Anyone passes through here, we'll know.
Contact with target.
We have the Watson advantage. Don't attack. Like,
Closing.
Feel that charge in the air? We're inside the ring.
he wants
We're
to
safe.
push, which means we're gonna have to push.
I'm spotted. I'm spotted.
That's why I didn't
Incoming
want to
frag.
push. Jeez.
Behind it. I'm down. Reloading. Down. Firing.
Sounds like fence. Anyone passes through here, we'll know. Shooting my hand.
So now we play for top 2 instead of top 3.
Round 5. Beginning ring countdown.
Which is really sad, but where's round? Next ring's over there. Fuck. We just made that guy's day very, very miserable.
One. Taking a moment to heal up. Rings here,
They're having
and
a
I still have
fight.
45 seconds. Not bad. My ring
All we're trying
closes
to do
in
here
30
is live.
seconds. I am just down. Laying fences. Fence placed. I'm inside the ring. Feels good.
Oh, shite. Couldn't quite get there. Sadly, I had to sort of take over the low ground, and you don't want to be doing that.
Solo play.
We have our Apex champions.
So, yeah, he did really well. He carried a lot of that game. We did alright, like that was a good solid one, but now we should get rewarded. Yep.
Platinum. I'm moving up the ranks.
Nice, good little chunk, and that's a good little buffer. I mean, actually, now that the when you join Platinum games, you pay 36 instead of 24, so it is going to cost us a lot. Oh, we actually had a challenge to get rank points. Well, that's good because that's what we were going to be doing anyway. So. Oh, and we killed the champion twice. Nice. Good amount of XP as well. Cool, 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 cool. Great start to the stream. I'm glad. Have a quick check of the old settings here. Yep, everything looking okay. So the lag seemed to sort itself out. I do apologise about that. It was, I think it was maybe Anna loaded something up or something and our Wi-Fi suddenly crapped out, or maybe the Apex servers were struggling. Whatever it was, it caused a bit of an issue in the early part of the game, but by the end we were back to normal and able to play, so I'm happy with that. So we're now in Platinum, so at the end of the season we'll get some bollocks for badges and weapons and this and that and the other weapon schematics. It makes no difference at all to actual in-game stuff. Just looks nice. So we have a 100-point buffer. We need 400 more. Sorry, no. Now they're 600 point. So normally in gold it was like 500, 500, 500. I think, pretty sure. And now it's 666 to move up towards diamond. So again, we're gonna jump in and see whether we notice any difference in the skill level overall. Or perhaps the tactics. I've noticed, for example, that going from bronze to silver to gold, bronze and silver and low-level gold all tend to just jump into the fight immediately, die half the time, sometimes get a weapon, and so on. Whereas when you get into higher levels of gold and towards platinum, you get a lot more people who are diving further and further away from the dropship and trying to sort of play more conservatively, I would say. Not necessarily good or bad, just something I've noticed.
Good luck. Have fun. Don't die.
Could be to do with the fact that every time you lose at bronze and silver, it doesn't really matter. Whereas when you start to lose at gold and platinum, you know, you're losing 24, 36 rank points. So matters a bit more, I guess. You need to be more consistent. So it looks like our first game in platinum, we have one of our teammates has disconnected, so that's marvelous. So we're going to be playing with a two-man squad.
I'm the jump master. I lead the way.
So we are going to jump far.
Let's go.
Out towards
Enemy spotted.
Skyhook. It's a very high level loot area, and if we can make it over that mountain, which I'm hoping we can, I've done this a few times, so it should be alright. But as soon as we make it over this mountain, we have to just slow motion it a bit here. We're losing a lot of speed. And then we drop down, and that gives you the speed to carry on. So we lost quite a bit of speed there. It wasn't my best drop, but it will do. First little thing with Watson, drop down a fence. That way you've got something to sort of get back to if the fight starts out immediately, which again we dropped so defensively that we're hoping no one's going to be here, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the case. So
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
oh, the flat line, you beauty.
Look at the map. The next ring is far.
I do like getting the flat line good and early. Oh, we see a nice Phoenix kit there, so we're going to move across and start to loot this area. Anvil receiver, perfect. So we got the best attachment for our flatline, and even stocked it up and aimed it up. If we get an extended heavy mag, we're basically fully kitted out.
First blood, and it's not us. Wonderful.
And a shotgun bolt. This is unbelievably lucky looting
Contact.
so far. I think I'm going to stay with the shotgun. Oh my god. This is a benefit of coming to a very high loot area, is you do tend to get pretty nice stuff. Our man mentioned contact, so it's possible that someone's nearby, but frankly we shouldn't give too much of a damn right now. We have to hope that he's realised what we've realised, which is that we're a two-man squad and that we're going to have to rely on gear and defensive tactics and circle play. Oh yes. No! We just got an unbelievably good start. I mean, other than obviously having one of our teammates disconnect, we just loaded up two weapons that I like really, really well, and now the game's crashed. And there is no reconnect function on Apex. Device error, device hung, bad command sent by the application. It's design time issue investigated and fixed. Such a shame. Such a shame. I mean, agreed, we were a two-man team. We weren't necessarily going to do very well, but like I've been in those situations before. I've done perfectly well. You can play you can play to your strengths, play the circle, get in a position where you can interrupt another fight between two teams and then just go in and dominate hard. Or you can play the Wattson game, hold the circle zone with electric fences, and then nobody wants to fight you each other, and you just work your way up the rankings that way. Like, there's a lot of ways that you can gain rank points in that situation. Fortunately, we shouldn't have lost too many, because while Apex's disconnect policy is, in my opinion, not the best, namely that they don't have and don't intend to implement a reconnect system, I think the fact that they don't tend to punish you too badly rank-wise for disconnects, and that they've got a good sort of disconnection compensation. So if your teammate disconnects, they're generally pretty good at noticing it and making sure that you don't get punished too hard. They give you the points back that you spent on getting the that you paid to join the game. So, a bit of a shame that that's how we started with Plat, but let's get on with it and see if we can push to Plat 3 today. That would be quite an achievement, honestly. My ranking up has been slowing down as we've been going up the ranks, obviously, and so we're going to have to play pretty damn well to go from Plat 4 to Plat 3 in one session. But, you know, if we have a couple more games like that first one we had, then we're already halfway there, so let's see what we can do.
I know what you're looking for. I'm in.
You know, this match is going to be extravagant. That's it.
I do like some of the voice lines they have in this game. They are sort of genuinely quite chuckle-worthy. Nothing much more than that, but worth a chuckle. I don't really like my little musical instrument intro thing. I like the pose that I unlocked for her, but that musical thing is just something I happen to unlock, and it's some legendary.
Jumpmaster.
Thank God I get the
leads
Jumpmaster
away.
an unreasonably large amount. I don't know if it's confirmation bias, because I think I get the Jumpmaster all the time, so I notice when I do.
Let's go. Allons-y. Let's go zapper.
But really, it's incidentally, I'm weaving like this to sort of keep the glide speed needed. You need it to have a certain amount of speed to make it, but my problem is these fucking mountains. Oh my god. I fucked it. I actually fucked it. I have not done that for so long. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm really embarrassed. I haven't fucked up a glide like that in ages. Sorry.
It's okay, guys.
Attention. First blood.
So having fucked the glider, which I haven't done
That's a first
ever,
of many nights to go out.
we're going to have to sort of
Get
take
to
advantage of where we
further
are,
from
which
each
is that we're in the middle of nowhere, so at least no one's going to be looking for us here.
We should move here.
Hang on, I can actually hear footsteps. Someone is here. What the fuck is someone doing here?
There's a jump tower here.
No idea, but let's take advantage of it. Grab these supply bins that no one's ever going to be looking for. Gear up quietly.
Might be something good this way.
Let's push ourselves. Let's grab that R99. Let's not push ourselves. That's a peacekeeper and I bloody love it. Let's get that. Run. Right, jump tower over there. So we're going to grab this jump tower and then try and get back to our
Soon to be me.
comrade.
There's a cargo bot over there if you need good loot.
Cargo bot's great. Gives us a chance to just quickly get an advantage in the gearing up stage.
Shut down cargo bot.
And indeed,
Got a vault key.
we get some pretty good stuff. So
Let's go that way.
The vault is an area that there are 3 vaults on the map, and they're all filled with sort of gold level loot. But you need to get the key from one of those cargo bots, which we've just done, and then with that, you can open it up, and your whole team tends to sort of gear up really quite a lot, which is very nice. Let's drop a bit of that, because you don't actually. Ah, no. There we go. Don't want to drop too much ammo.
R99 here.
We should move here.
We'll loot on the way because there's no massive rush. So that's a bit. Ah, longbow, shame. So my team, for some reason, aren't going with. And it's much more important to be with your team than it is to go to the vault, because no point in having good gear if you're dead, or 1 versus 3, which is basically the same thing. So even though I think we should have made a push for the vault and tried to get there, they didn't, and so it is important to just stay with your team and play it smart. We do seem to have control of Skyhook, no one seems to be here, so that's good, and let's take advantage of it. We could do with a backpack because there's a lot of loot here, and we aren't in a very good position to pick any of it up.
G7 scout here.
So good. Shot a cargo bot.
Care package being delivered.
Care package coming in.
Seriously, need a backpack here.
Optics here. Sniper.
I
Optics
can
here.
use that.
Mid-range.
I could use that.
I'm definitely grabbing that because I need it.
Cancel that.
We'll switch the optics onto the Peacekeeper, then grab the mid-range optics, put them on the R301.
Phoenix kit here. I need a shotgun bolt. Backpack here. Level 2.
Oh, he's found the backpack.
Dibs.
This guy's almost looting for us.
Extended light mag here. Level 2.
Body shield here.
Got a hop
Level
up
2.
here.
Wow. What hop-up has he got? Anvil reset.
Got a hop up here.
Jesus.
Choke.
Jesus.
That would come in handy.
They are just finding everything I need and highlighting it for me. I am very, very grateful right now. Where's that Phoenix kit?
The
That was
champion
somewhere
has
here.
been eliminated.
Some champion, huh? Knockdown shield here. Level 2.
Jeez, I
Body
mean,
shield. Body shield here.
this guy's just pumping out the... Right, we need to go and get that choke because the Peacekeeper is 100 times better with the choke. And then we've basically got an entire full kit for both weapons, which means the game's probably going to crash again like it did last time we got that. But
Round 2. Beginning
what we have not been doing is putting down any electric fields. Now,
Extended energy mag here. Level 3.
I feel like that's reasonable because I feel like we've been pretty confident there's been no one about. But at the same time, you know, I don't know that, and maybe I should have been putting some down, but maybe on some buildings or something. Next time I get to a building that's like somewhere that we could potentially get back to, I'll throw down
New
a
kill
wall.
leader. Watch for
Oh, actually,
them.
while I'm here, I'm just going to test something. So, yeah, look at that. So, hang on, how far can it go?
And fencing.
Oh my
Anyone
god, look
passes
how
through
far
here,
that can
we'll
go!
know.
So, actually, at the start of this session, I said that it was like the video was performance, and that his walls could go 5 miles and mine couldn't. Looks like they can. Look at that nonsense.
Shield battery here.
Dibs.
So,
Let's go this way.
what we've learned is that
Syringe here.
I need to take better advantage of the absolutely monstrous length that these
A
walls
few more
can get
meters
out
to the
to.
ring, and still a minute to go. Extended heavy mag here, level 2.
I need a shotgun bolt.
Rings nearby. 45 seconds until it closes. There's a jump tower here.
I'm going to wait for my colleagues, and since I'm waiting for them,
Putting down the fence.
Optics here. Sniper.
The circuit is complete.
so I'm using this rock just to make it a little bit harder to see and shoot this, so if anyone's coming from over there or up there, they can't really see that, so they can't shoot it out. And then same thing here, so they basically can't get through this, and if they touch it, pretty certain, yeah, that looks like a touch. Maybe not, actually. Maybe they can just walk
10
straight
seconds.
under that.
The ring is close.
So if they walk directly in the middle and they're ballsy enough, they can run through, but I think most people wouldn't.
We need to go. Ring's moving.
Attention. Delivering care package.
Supplies coming in.
Interesting, so we lost line of sight there. Just trying to learn some... Has this area not been looted at all? That's mad if that's
I need a shotgun bolt.
Setting a fence. Anyone passes through here, we'll know.
Oh, it has been looted, okay. So these choke points make me very nervous. And so I would like to go and get towards them in order to be the people defending them rather than having to push them, because Watson's very good at defending stuff, not so good at pushing it.
Round 3. Beginning ring countdown.
Planting fences. The fence is complete. Fence placed. Shotgun. No more stones. Fence deployed. Playing with fences. Fence in position. The circuit is
Electric
complete.
fucking everywhere. If anyone wants to come up and have a chat with us, they can try.
And
But
fencing.
they are just going to get zapped beyond belief. Meanwhile, we can make sure that nobody coming up, although you have to sort of get used to the noise of this because it is quite irritating.
Supply bin there.
I'm going to stay next to my ultimate for a second in order to recharge and get full access to my walls,
Punching a
which I
tunnel.
now have. This guy's made a tunnel so that we can get out of here, and this will actually act as a bit of a distraction, so they'll see all this zapping around, assume people are up there, and be very nervous to go anywhere near it. Meanwhile, we all fuck off into the tunnel, control the gap. Which, again, I'm going to
Enemy over there.
endeavour to defend.
Fence in position. The fence is complete.
Made a hit. Hostile spotted.
Setting a fence.
Warning. Room closing.
Got him.
Already inside.
I don't have a lot of sniper sort of.
I spotted an enemy.
Check it
I
out.
don't have a lot of long
Care
range
package coming in.
capability here. I'm just using the R301 as my longest range of gun. So
I hit somebody.
the fact that we got a hit there was a bit of a miracle. I'm going to be the rear guard for a minute and just. What do we get?
Look out, grenade.
Uh-oh.
Laying fences. The circuit is complete.
Thermite grenade out. Thermite grenade out. Throwing Arc Star.
Frag out.
Arc Star out. Frag out.
It's like someone's definitely pushing us and we seem to get back. We haven't got anyone else with us.
Shush now.
Grenade. I'm getting hit over here.
Fence placed. Is
Enemy down.
putting down fence. Anyone passes through here, we'll know.
Give him my shield to recharge.
Need to recharge my shields.
A few more meters to the ring, and still a minute to go. Laying fences. I'm in trouble. 45 seconds.
We put a really good solid amount of damage into that guy.
Just topping off my shields.
I'm taking shots.
Hold on. Let me help you.
We shouldn't be able to push it very easily. Oh, shit. He could just get the vision that he needed. That is bad news. I shouldn't have tried to. The revive was really stupid. I should have pushed that guy further back. We did place fourth. Not bad, but I mean, no kills. No
I have a subject in view.
We were playing very, very passively, and I didn't have the right loadout for that. We were like on a high ground, open space. I was doing my best with the fences to sort of give us a place, and yeah, okay, we got a plus, but I mean, it was basically a 0 game. That was. Like, if you come fourth and don't kill anyone, you basically end up exactly where you were. That's gives you an idea that in Platinum you do have to start killing people. You can't just pussy about and expect to level up. It's not going to happen. You can pussy about if you get into a losing situation and you just want to make sure that you don't lose too much rank, but you can't sort of push your rank up with that, basically. Alright, we're in again.
We've got a job to do, so
Fuse
keep
is
your
set and
focus.
capacitors charged.
And away we go. Nice, 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 nice.
Try not to blink. You may miss me.
Oh, finally not the jump master. That's
I'm the
pleasing.
jump master. I'll lead the way.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Finally don't get the jump master and he drops it to me. Well, we've left it too late to go Skyhook, so I think we could go Geyser. Yeah, let's go
land
Geyser.
here.
It's a really good area for Watson in general because there's a lot of very linear areas that can be locked off quite well with electric. And we have no shortage of electricity.
Round 1. Beginning ring countdown.
Say what? We're all inside this ring.
Attention. First blood.
That's the first of many lights to go out.
Double tap for the Eva, that's nice. Looks like he's heading up there, I'm gonna head over here.
Body shield here. Level 2.
Nobody down in this region, and almost certainly no one with a vault key yet, so we can do it safely. Loot to our heart's content, as it were. Why that doesn't just stick my optic onto my other gun, I will never know. It really irritates me. Is that a flatline? No, Hemlock, fuck that. So we've currently got a very well built G7 Scout. And so I think what we're going to do is we're going to look to replace the Eva 8 with a rifle, preferably a flatline or a Spitfire or something like that. Preferably right now, so we can go back and get that optics for it. We're going to be a bit greedy and not share that information with our colleagues in the hope that they don't nick my optics. But if they do, it's not the end of the world. At least it's on our team.
Getting shot at. Enemy spotted.
I'm fencing. Fence them in, fence them out. Laying fences.
We've heard about some shooting, so
Recharging my shield.
make sure that we're ready for it. That's another
Enemy
G7
spotted.
Scout, which we don't need. I don't think you almost ever need two of the same weapon unless they're, I don't know, nasty shockers or something, and even then. And there you go. There's the flatline.
There's an extended energy mag here. Level 3.
Ammo.
Ring closing.
So now we go back to
Feel
that
that charge in the
structure.
air. We're inside the
Hope
ring.
our
We're
optics are
safe.
still there and whack them on the flatline. Where did I drop those optics? Did I put them in here?
Hostile. Target over there. Target spotted. Firing.
Fence placed. Fence them in, fence them out.
Enemy spotted. Reload.
Attention. Delivering care package.
Frag out. Care package coming. Frag out. Hostile close.
Hostile.
Contact with enemy. Grenade. Whole squad knocked.
That was the last one. Bye-bye, squad.
Whole squad's down. We made the right choices.
Deploying health drone.
Anyone see Anvil?
Got a hop up here. Turbocharger.
I need an extended light mag.
Fence in
Set up some
position.
fences just
Anyone passes through here, we'll know.
in case
Setting
we
the
get
fence.
jumped while they think we're trying to heal. And we've got fences quite a way around here, so like, this area is pretty much ours. And I've got my ultimate here to repair them, so. Interesting. Let's go and see if we can get involved in that shooting.
Looks like some people have been there.
Engaging the enemy. Reloading.
So we've just nailed. Could really do with an extended light here. Our line of sight pretty bad.
Over there.
Reloading. I took out an enemy. Unnecessary evil to win.
Nice work.
We've got enough ammo where we can just keep doing this. But I think we should probably get involved and push a bit harder.
New kill leader. Eyes out for. Opening fire.
So
All
that
squad down. We made the right choices. Looks like I'm the kill leader this time.
so my question is, where are the extra enemies? Because there must be some somewhere.
Optics here. Close range.
Fucking hell, we just get the answer to the question.
Planting fences.
Gotta
If the
hop up
fence
here.
gets crossed, I've spotted an enemy. We are not alone. Look over here.
I'm spotted.
Eyes are strong.
I'm taking shots.
So my ultimate completely negates that one. They cannot bombard me.
One of my fence circuits out there is broken. Reloading. Enemy very close.
Reloading. Enemy down.
Oh man. Myself a bit. They're not going to want to come at me because I'm surrounded by electric shields. So they probably don't know I can revive myself, so I'm going to do that while my mates sort them out. And then I can get back involved
Opening fire.
in the fight as soon as possible.
Taking a moment to heal up.
Last member's down. One squad closer to winning. Just a scare. 1 second.
Rings moving. Let's go.
Recharging my shields.
Patching myself up.
Care package being delivered.
Heads up. Your package coming in.
This is looking like a very good round for our team.
fences. Anyone passes through here, we'll know.
Contact with hostile.
Reloading.
Hostile right here.
Fence in position. If the fence gets crossed, we'll know.
Contact with target.
Round 3. Beginning ring countdown.
Reloading.
That was some shocking aim. All around
Throwing Arc
badness.
Star.
Fence placed. Fence them in, fence them out.
Hostile right here.
Negating all incoming artillery. Sweet silence. Fence deployed.
Reloading.
That guy's
And fancy.
I'm taking shots.
I downed an enemy.
Reloading.
Laying fences. The circuit is complete. Healing my wounds.
Getting shot at.
Jesus, this is intense.
Need to recharge my shield.
I'm gonna run out of ammo any minute now.
Opening fire. Arc Star out. Need to recharge my shields.
I'm
In
fencing.
case anyone tries
Fence
to get
them in,
in there and do anything
fence them out.
clever.
10 seconds, the ring's just ahead.
Bringing my aim in a bit.
Fence deployed.
Let's explore this way.
In progress.
We need to go. Ring's moving.
Delivering care package.
Getting shot at.
You hear that? There's a care package coming down.
Setting the fence. I took an enemy down. Pretty good for an electrical engineer.
Placing a portal.
Holy shit. I've made it. I've made it.
Portal's ready.
I've made it. If anyone sees me or shoots me in the slightest bit, I'm dead, but if
Enemy over there.
they don't, I'm alright.
John, if you need.
Holy
Healing my
crap.
wounds.
That was so intense.
Round 4. Beginning ring countdown.
Enemy spotted.
I spotted an enemy.
Just giving my
One just
shields
went
a
inside.
recharge. I heard that.
Hostile close.
Wraith, she went out the back. This way.
Laying fences. The circuit is broken. I've got company. Sorry, near me.
Pathfinder low. Knocked Wraith on me.
1 minute. Rings nearby.
You can revive.
Setting shield, healing ya.
Thank you, man.
My silences are firing again. Thank you. Recharging my shields. Rings nearby. 45 seconds until And that's too noisy. Shush
Over
now.
there.
Well, that's interesting.
Need to recharge.
Fence placed.
Come on, say hello.
Anyone passes through here, you'll know. Main fences. I see an enemy.
Around the corner, 10 left.
Setting the fence. Fence in position. Anyone passes through here, you'll know.
Rings coming in.
Oh my god, I fucked it so bad. No! Oh man, yeah, it was really good. I got the finish off, but I'm a fucking moron. I'm an absolute moron. Didn't check the ring. I was so concentrating on my area. Like, what a moron.
Hostile over there.
Evening, Bullet. How you doing? You having a good night?
Round 5. Beginning ring.
Sorry, guys. I got distracted. My mistake. Good luck. Oh yeah, but when you like, I think it's significantly more worse or more likely when you're playing defensive characters, Wattson, Caustic, because you get so focused on like, right, I'm going to cover this area and block that off and block this off and then that, and then suddenly a ring hits you in the ass and you're just like, oh my god. I mean, I got blocked in by my own ultimate, which is frankly embarrassing. Oh. What's your favourite legend, mate?
Target over there.
I've got to say that while Wattson did just get me killed, I absolutely adore her. Like, she's... Oh, I have so much fun with her, and I think she's low-key very strong. She's not top tier, because I think to be top tier, you have to have movement mechanics. That's mainly the main thing in the game. So your lifeline, your way through Octane. But I think she's got a lot that she can bring to a team. There are a lot of nice little tips and tricks. 2 squads left. Is it just one person?
Listen up, the ring's moving.
I think that is. We have to alternate between our guys as they heal up and shoot. Let's have a look at the ring. This is getting very tight now. Is it a 2v2, 2v1, 2v3? Can't tell. I think it might just be that Wraith. That Wraith might just be doing it. Oh no, there's oh my god! She got hurt. She got badly hurt. Let's see if she can heal up. Quite handy in this situation. They are both. If I was here now, I'd be able to put my ultimate and set them some grenades, because there is a high risk that they're going to get, well, exactly this. So like the Bangalore ultimate, the Wattson ultimate just cancels that. None of those things. Or at least it doesn't happen in the area where you give a shit. Go on, man. Oh, that was quite tense. That was quite tense. If I hadn't fucked that ring up, I'm pretty confident we'd have won that, so I'm a little bit ashamed and really sorry to the other 2 guys on my team. That was my fault. You've only used Wraith, Bloodhound and Octane. Yeah, I think those are really good ones. I think Bloodhound particularly is quite good for newer players. Are you a newer player, or do you play quite a lot and you just happen to play only those 3 characters? Alright, popping up a little bit. Newish, alright. And how did you find the channel? Challenge completed. Oh, nice, we get this one. It's quite a good lifeline skin, this. I think it's well made. I'm a big fan. I wonder if they've got a different voice pack to it as well. That would be interesting. Let's have a quick glance. So, lifeline from the ashes, definitely equipping that. Now, does she have a different... No, I bet she doesn't. I bet they've just... Because if they did, they'd have to do all the quit wheels and everything, and that would be too much. So I guess it's probably just as is. Right, quick check of the challenges. I think the only ones we've not done now are ones for champions that I haven't unlocked. So as soon as we get the 12k, we'll unlock Octane and do his one, because I think I'd prefer Octane to Caustic. Although Caustic is... I don't know. I might be lying. I might get Caustic, actually. I was looking for a streamer to watch in the Apex section, but wasn't interested in the top one, so scroll down and found you. Well, that's great news. I'm pleased that I'm showing up. We're going to stick with Watson though, because I fucking love her. Sadly, a lot of my regular viewers aren't here this evening, but they might come on a little bit later on. I think around 10 PM my time. I don't know what time zone you're in, but they often pop in, so the chat will liven up a little bit. Which isn't to say that I'm going to suddenly have 15,000 people. I've got about 5 people that watch semi-regularly, and I sometimes do some co-ops and duos with a couple of them. So I played a little bit in Season 1, and then I didn't play a single game in Season 2. And then I've come back into Season 3 and I've basically just become totally addicted to Apex. I'm basically injecting it into my veins in liquid form at the moment this week. And so I have about 100 hours played time in total, of which I couldn't really tell you how much of it is in Season 1 and Season 3. I think most of it's in Season 3. I haven't really played that much. But I'm pretty good at games in general. So when I pick something up and I put this many hours into it, yeah, usually do alright. So now that we've hit platinum, we can start pushing for diamond.
There's a
And then
thin
from
line
there to
between
Apex
one
Predator,
thing
and then from there to ruler
You'll
of the
find
world
me
and all
there.
that sort of nonsense.
Sometimes you lose. So there's something good this way.
Train yard, not my favourite place, but you can have some good, you can have a good early fight.
Let's go this way.
Split. You got on Twitch, my monster? Yeah. You're a good player. Maybe, I don't...
Thermite grenade out.
On me.
I have no gun, bro. I have no gun.
We are...
Reloading.
Frag out.
Run.
I down the hostile.
I defeated an adversary. We're one step closer to win.
Taking a moment to heal.
We took first
We
blood.
badly need some fucking ammo here, or we're in a world of pain. World of pain, world of pain, world of pain, world of pain, world of pain. Where's some fucking ammo?
Enemy
Don't
taken
normally
out.
sing.
Devotion here.
Please God, give me some ammo. Fucking ass.
I'm fencing. The fence is complete.
Reloading.
Whoa, alrighty then. We got a little bit athletic there. We got a bit involved. Not gonna lie. Oh man.
Where? Oh,
I don't... Far. You have the time for him.
I'm helping.
Revive. Cover.
Support, it's alright.
Come.
It wasn't my time.
They spotted me. I'm taking shots.
Oh, nice shot, sir.
Enemy right here.
I'm from. Perhaps once I started playing games, I just recently started to get back into them. Been putting a lot of hours into Apex since I discovered it. Yeah, I think it's a really rewarding game. It rewards effort that you put in. So I do try to like set myself some goals before each session, because obviously I stream for 3 hours. Monday to Thursday, and so when I do stream Apex, which is normally like 1 or 2 nights of the week, I put those 3 hours and I try to sort of work out like what's my goal for today, what am I going to improve. So in other words, today I'm improving on my last week's goals, which were more actively keeping an eye on my health and shields during the game, and then I've added to that for this week, I want to be using Watson, because I'm focusing on Watson. I want to be using her Q and ultimate a lot more, again, actively, like not just throwing them down only when I'm trying to hold a building, but also just sort of throwing one out to cover myself when I'm running away, or using them for more purposes. And I think in that fight we saw that I did sort of get shot. I was in a bit of a bad situation when I was looking for ammo, and I just threw this shield out, the one that this guy was looking at, and I just threw that out to cover my retreat. So that was nice. That was sort of a good example of fulfilling the goal. Found that really rewards movement and game sense. Yeah, I completely agree. I think, for example, what I've done is a friend of mine also streams on Twitch, and he was a diamond player last season, and so I've asked him to can he sort of show me some movement stuff, explain some of how he does his movement tricks. I've switched my crouch button to my mouse 4, like my thumb mouse button, in order to
I revive him here.
In order to try and
use the map as your guide.
Make some of the movement mechanics a bit easier to execute, stuff like that. So, yeah. Game sense. I think game sense is one of those where you need to not get yourself killed by the fucking ring. I can't tell you that I've got game sense when I just sat there and lost a game that we could have won because I just let the ring just kill me in the ass. So,
heavy ammo here.
You know.
Here.
And we're back on. Lovely. It's pretty rare that you actually get a full res.
Recharged.
Oh, people.
Shots fired is very bad news.
Yeah, they're coming here. No problem, mate.
There's a squad.
Jesus, everyone. Playing on console with a new thing. I can't really see why dropping in hot zones. No, I mean, I respect people who enjoy playing on consoles. Like, you know, that's for some people they really enjoy that. I'm a PC gamer for life. I can't imagine trying to play against me with a mouse and keyboard with you with thumbsticks. Like, how could you win? Like, and every time that I've seen like some show match between PC gamers and console gamers, you know, you got the best versus the best or blah blah blah. PC gamers wipe the floor with them, as they should. It's nothing against console. It's just the method of mechanics is just simply so much better.
Looks like I'm the kill leader.
On the PC. So. Beautiful.
Bro, I need.
He's gonna die.
Let's go this way.
You're about to die.
I don't have heals. We are dead. Oh my.
Pick up heals.
Round 2.
Oh, wait, don't.
He's never gonna get that med kit off. What's he doing?
Oh, give me the Give me the big, give me the... What? The little...
Give him the big med kit, he'll give you a little med kit. He's got time to use it, you don't. Use the little ones. Use them. Use the little one. This is hilarious. We're just playing fucking medkit roulette here. I was a PC gamer before. The movement and control is superior on mouse and keyboard compared to controller. Yeah, of course it is. I mean, that's not like, it's not saying anything against consoles. Like, consoles have their advantages. They are affordable for people that, you know, want to be into gaming but can't afford to spend 1,000, 2,000 on a big PC set. I think being affordable and bringing people into gaming and the gaming community is really important. But and they've got access to really a huge variety of games that suit the format really well. But just It's just never going to compete with mouse and keyboard, is it? So, feel like controller slips out of my hands. I haven't had that so much. I mean, unless you get sweaty, I suppose. You might want to think about changing grip sometimes or something.
What's the hidden?
In combat.
Run, bro. Fuck.
Now
I spotted an enemy.
Sure, there's people here.
I spotted an enemy.
Avoc here. Oh, yeah.
I need help.
Take the enemy.
Can you run? Yeah. Okay, come.
I bathe in the...
He's on the... Come here. I can't help you.
Taking a moment to
No,
recharge.
but I am good. Come here. Oh,
Laying fences.
come
Someone cut the fence.
raise,
Get ready.
raise.
Good, we're inside.
Put the portail,
I don't have.
Not you. What is the name for
Watson, I'm coming.
Hey, Watson, put
Care
something
package
here for
coming in.
close this place.
I don't have it. No cooldown. I used it to
okay,
escape. I have no
Hey,
weapon.
you have hits.
I have no weapons.
Okay, chill.
You have
I have 3 shots.
Patching myself up.
Supply bin here.
I will try to find something now. Holy shit.
Run.
You can use it now, maybe.
Might be something good this way.
Yes, in a moment. I have 70% on the ultimate.
Okay, barrel stabilizer here.
Come.
Level 1.
You want a heavy shotgun ammo here?
Laying fences.
Yes, it's okay.
Anyone
I'm
passes through
good.
here? We'll know.
Extended light. Shotgun. Body shields here.
I'm coming. I need...
Here.
Oh, it doesn't slip out your hands. It just feels like you don't have enough grip on it. Oh, okay, interesting.
Beginning ring countdown.
I'm going to switch to the EVA 8 because it doesn't need much to make it better.
Helmet here. Level 2.
People is fighting.
Yeah.
Heavy Prowler SMG here.
Helmet's great. Heavy ammo up top. Let's see if we can make that jump. No, we can't.
Gotta hop up here. Choke.
Peacekeeper here.
Mirage behind us.
Here. Level 2.
What?
Where?
Mirage behind me. He just sent a...
I spotted an enemy.
Healing my wounds. Hostile close.
In here?
He sent decoy here.
Let's go here. Empty.
Reloading.
1 minute. Rings close by.
Down the hostile.
Whole squad's down. We made the right choices.
Oh my god. We had so much here. You need...
Ring's not too far. 45 left. Shield cell here.
Let's
I
go.
need extended heavy mag.
Oh, I don't have...
Less than 30
No problem.
Let's go.
Ring nearby.
Wow, this game's getting intense, isn't it?
Hey, French guy, you need
I
to learn
need a hop
English,
up.
man. You
Joke.
need to go to school.
Yeah. I know. But my Espanol is mirror, you know? My
Yeah, but you know, English international.
Yeah, I know. I know too. But
Hold tight. I'm gonna defend this area.
Hey, don't give him shit. I mean, at least he tried.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I
Got a
didn't say
vault
anything.
key. Could be useful.
Someone was wounded here. Someone traveled through here.
R99 here.
You're inside the ring. I'm positive.
Target spotted. Forget that.
Damn it, no,
Let's
no extended heavy mag.
Ah,
I
we
need a
can
hopper.
take in sandwich. In
Please be
69,
choked.
my
No.
friend. In 69.
Alright,
Setting a
let's go.
portal.
Calling upon nature's strength.
Oh, I'm gonna nick this portal so much for sure. Let's
Got the portal.
set that up in case we have to jump back through
Defense is
it.
complete.
Frag grenade set. Frag grenade set. Charging my shields.
Beginning.
They spotted.
No more storms. I'm in trouble.
Need to reach. Contact.
Recharging my.
Frag out.
The circuit is complete.
Taking a walk.
Fence in position. The circuit is complete.
Getting shot at. Throwing Arc Star. Throwing Arc Star. Boy jumping.
another.
Battling the enemy.
Reloading.
Reload.
That's exactly what I needed.
2 enemy. I need help.
I need health, I don't have any.
Defeated the kill leader. 1 minute remains. The ring
Try
is
and get
close.
some health here.
I see somebody.
No!
I'm tempting.
Don't push, don't
Anyone
push, don't
passes through
push.
here will know.
Patching myself up.
Stay here.
Recharging my shield.
We got.
Let's move here.
Ah, you take the big. Big heal. Heal.
What?
Recharging my shields.
Heal!
Yeah, I'm healed. I'm healed.
You have or no? No?
Taking a moment to heal up.
Medkit here.
Breath
go,
on,
we have to
heal, man, heal. You're on like low health.
I've spotted enemy.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
Heal. Where is the
Recharging my
heal?
shield.
Taking a moment to heal.
Nope, no more healing on that guy.
What the hell? What the hell?
What?
Putting down the fence.
What the hell?
Anyone passes through here will know.
Very low.
Recharging my shields.
Beginning.
Come here, come here, come.
Countdown.
Setting a portal.
We are not all in the ring. The Gustav wind will lead us to victory.
Why you won't push? We are inside the portal. We are good. Now you.
Setting a fence. If the fence gets crossed, we'll know. Just now. No more storms.
That was an accident. That was entirely accidental. I apologise. I didn't see your chat there. Let me
Putting down a
have a
fence.
look and see what you've written in a second.
The fence is complete.
Do you have a favourite loadout? I
yeah.
love the flatline. I love the flatline. I love the Spitfire. I'm a big fan of the Peacekeeper as well. Hang on a sec.
Come back, bro. Come back. Come.
No problem.
Taking a moment.
Fence placed.
Battling the enemy. Reloading.
Now they have to push. Okay, come here, come here, come here.
That guy's got no shields.
Thunder.
Reloading.
Guys, they're on me, here.
Reactive.
Watch yourself. Careful. EMP is coming.
Oh, EMP is really fucking bad.
No! Can you help me?
My grenade set. Recharging my shields.
Recharging my shields. I'm fencing.
Myself up. Shot at.
No. Wow.
Oh,
Wow.
How can you do that? I killed 3 guys alone.
That really sucked.
It's my friend. I said to me, I was not. I am looking for you. On I have.
Let's wait until this French guy stops shouting in my ear, because it's really hard to sort of think about the game and think about the French guy. Wow, I didn't kill anyone. I sucked so bad. This guy did really well. Oh, dear me. Right, let's have a look. Do you have a favourite loadout? Have you ever run the R400? I feel like the Flatline and the Spitfire as well. Not a fan of energy weapons or the longbow. So, actually, I quite like the longbow. With regards to the sniper rifles. So, like, in the sniper rifles, I think the Kraber is obviously amazing and I use it all the time. I don't use any energy weapon if I can possibly avoid it, except maybe a Devotion with a turbocharger. It's okay. The G7 Scout has gone up in my estimation a little bit in the very early game. So I think when people haven't got full loadouts, they're not like full of shields, and you can just sort of throw some really quick fire ammo into them that goes through, then the Scout's better. But I think the longbow can actually be used later on into the game as well with some effect. So especially if you're reasonably good at headshots, you get some decent optics. I think it really puts some serious dints into their shields, and I use it to sort of soften people up before you start that advance on them. Or I use it to pressure people when you've got control of the ring and you've got Wattson stuff everywhere, then you pop them with the longbow a little bit, and that sort of means that when they're coming into you, they're really fucked already and you can clean them up. In terms of assault rifles, I love the Flatline. It's like my favourite thing in the game. The R301's decent, the other two not so much. Submachine guns, the Prowler's amazing with the select fire, not so much without it. R99, you have to be really good, and I'm probably not quite good enough yet. I love the Spitfire, it's one of my favourites. It's just all round very solid. Devotion, meh. L-Star's great, but you very rarely get it. That's snipers again, sorry. Shotguns, Evo and Peacekeeper are both great. Obviously Mastiff's amazing, but you don't get it very often. And the pistols for me are all pretty crap and I don't use them. 45's okay to just spray some folk early on. Wingman, if you're amazing and you can aim really, really well, then cool. I prefer the Scouts to the longbow. I see it's because I don't usually snipe, just do close and mid-range, leave the sniping to someone else. I used to be a sniper on Counter-Strike for about 11 years, so I did a lot of sniping back in the day, and so the style, the sort of strategy and tactics behind sniping make a lot of sense to me. Let's get ourselves in the queue. They make a lot of sense to me, and so I feel like yeah, sniping is something that suits my style. That said, my experience of playing Apex thus far has suggested that sniping isn't the best way to win games and score the highest amount of rank points. That tends to involve playing the circle, playing angles, a bit like paintballing. If you play paintball at all, it's all about playing the angles and high ground and stuff like that. And if you've got the angles and the high ground and the position with the ring, then so using the scenario points to your advantage, then sniping doesn't really come into much of that. Sniping just isn't that useful for that sort of thing. It has niche uses. It has situations where I think it's pretty great, but those are outnumbered by the situations when you'd be better off just having two solid close to mid-range weapons that you can switch between. Because the problem is that when you get into a close range fight and your second gun is a sniper rifle, your only choice is to reload. You can't really whip out that longbow and start having a close range brawl with someone, can you? I mean, you can, but it gets pretty sad pretty fast.
Come on, we've got work to do.
I often see the R99 and the Wingman used by high-level players, but I just don't have a tenth of their own abilities. Yeah, that's about exactly what I would say. The R99 and the Wingman, if you can track people really well, then the R99 shreds them like a cheese grater. And if you're, if you can nail people in the head with the Wingman, then it's like having a Colt 45, isn't it? Feel lucky, motherfucker.
Jump Master, I am honored.
However, when the likes of me and you try to use it, it tends to just whiff into a nearby wall, and that doesn't do a lot.
Hi, friends.
I tend to leave the Wingman. Also, I remember the glory days of the Wingman when you had the skull piercer and that sort of stuff, and we are not in those days anymore. I feel like I've drunk too much tea. I'm speaking like I'm on steroids. I can't slow my voice down. I think half a litre of black tea probably didn't help at this point, let's be honest. But I now I've been doing that pretty much every time before the stream. I'm shooting point blank into the enemy with the 99, not a single bullet hits. Next thing you know, I'm dead. yeah, I think the R99 feels like that pretty often. I didn't hear footsteps behind me, so I'm not going to waste my initial...
First blood, and it's not us.
I'm spotted. He's taking fire.
Oh, our girl's already under fire. That's not great, because I'm nowhere near.
Enemy down.
Good lass. She won it by the sounds of it.
Making contact with the enemy.
Let's go and try and get involved.
Listen up, I'm getting shot at. I'm down.
Grappling.
Fuck. I just can't get to this fight fast enough, guys. It's probably my favourite landing zone. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it as well, but I'm not, and I can't see a sobbing enemy.
I have been downed.
Fuck buckets.
Hostile right here.
Attention.
Grab that. It's our teammate's banner.
I saw her, hopefully she didn't see me. How long have I got? 60 seconds-ish. They're going that way, that's great, means they're not going this way.
New kill leader appointed.
Broke him, but it's going to cost me because they're all going to come back now.
Planting fences. I have our teammate's banner. I have their banner. We can restore their circuits.
We're going to hope that they think that that was a... Wow, she's fucking me up.
Good. It's right there.
Oh,
You lost
dear
this time.
God. What is your internet like? So generally speaking, my internet is very, very strong. For some reason, the country I'm living in, which is currently the Czech Republic, it doesn't do many things particularly well, but strong internet connections all around is something they do pretty well. So we took a pretty nasty little hit to our progression there, but we deserved it. We didn't stay close enough to our enemy, to our allies in the early game. They obviously made a bit of an error going quite far away from me as well. We all maybe got a bit greedy with our looting paths, and I think maybe one of them broke off a little bit too early and landed quite far from me. So, but I should have, potentially could have noticed that and made more of an effort to get towards them. Nice knock, but not much you could do 3v1. Yeah, I mean it was tricky. Evening, Kyle. How are you? You all right? We started the stream very well. First game, we managed to.
I know what I'm doing.
You walked in and sounded like he was in confession. Well, whenever I lose a game or don't do particularly well, I mean, there are different levels of losing in this game, aren't there? There are sort of plus points and rank points. I think you should analyse why you lost. So every time you should try and have a look back and go, right, why?
Champion.
And that is a big key to improving. It's what I used to do on War Machine, and it's what I do here. And then also, as I say, I won't keep repeating it all night, but I'll mention it again. My goals. Ah, you didn't see the loss. Right.
Let's land here.
Yeah, they can get fucked. We're not going to Capital City and getting murdered in the early game. They can go and suck a big bag
Trust me,
of
we
hairy
want to
ones.
land
We're
over
going
here.
over there. Forgive me, chat, for I have lost. Yeah, well, to be honest, I do genuinely, I do take responsibility, and I do feel bad. Like when in the first game of the night of the session, it was the one where I was trying to rank up to premium, and we actually did, but we finished second instead of first because I just did a shameful little error right at the end, and I just felt so bad about it, and I was just like, oh, hang my head in shame. I'm ever so sorry. Please, can you ever forgive me? It really sounded a lot like that. So.
I'm fencing.
Oh, stop! Get off the fucking fences! I just want to pick this stuff up.
First blood.
I do want to place a fence, but I don't want to place one for half an hour. God damn. Oh, come on, give me a weapon that's worth actually having. A hemlock is not really what I was talking about. Fuck it, it'll do. Yeah, I can make that work. Let's do that.
Opening fire.
Oh wow,
Reloading.
they're already getting
Enemy
involved.
down.
Let's see if I can get through.
Killed an enemy. Havoc rifle here.
Enemy! Over there!
New carrier appointed.
Fence in position. Anyone passes through here, we'll know.
New kill leader. Watch for them. Shot a cargo bot.
Looks like this area has already been looted. And it doesn't seem like the other guys are coming back to help their mate, so we can push up. Maybe we should try and crash this party. Should we push this fight?
Fence placed. Anyone passes through here, we'll know.
Oh, that was a bit cheeky. I thought I was going to manage that. My mates are not here, so I'm just sort of holding... Oh my god, I don't think they're coming. They just abandoned the fuck out of me. They have, haven't they?
I'm taking damage!
Oh, not good.
We're not close.
Operation Runaway! Run away!
We should go here.
Because they decided not to push. I went for the push. And pushing a building 1v3 with a defensive character, not the best. My stats. I have no idea what my stats are, my friend. I think... Oh, do you mean like kill to death and stuff? I think my kill to death is actually just 1. Which I'm a bit ashamed about, but... I hope it's on the increase.
Level 3.
I could use that. Ten seconds. The ring is
Definitely
close.
have enough Spitfire. Gods, yes.
Optics here. Sniper.
Is the resolution
Ring's moving.
low?
Come on.
I really hope
designed
not.
it to hurt anyone
Because it
outside
was on the
kill.
previous
I could use that.
Apex stream, and I'm really hoping that it's not something in the Apex settings
Level
that...
2. Thieves.
that is causing issues. It could be that Anna's doing something particularly draining, you know.
Attention. Delivering care package.
Supplies coming in.
Could be your output. Yeah, I mean, in terms of upload speed and so on, I mean, what I could do is get onto UPC and talk about upgrading the package and just, you know, increasing my potential upload speed if that's becoming a regular problem. But the thing is that on other games and on all the streams up until that one that you pointed out that I uploaded, and potentially this one, I haven't had any issues with it, so it does seem a shame to pay extra for
Follow the tunnel.
for more upload if you don't need it. But if I do need it, then is she?
Portal placed.
Yeah. Is this the first person? Yeah, this is. Well, I mean, there are some first-person elements on some other games, but yeah, this is the first dedicated FPS that I've been playing. Yeah.
That place is in action.
Let's go this way.
Let's explore this way.
Okay.
So we're gonna go jump tower to jump tower. Just put some distance between us and the ring. My FOV is generally 90. That's what I tend to go with most games, and I'm pretty sure it will be on this one as well.
Reloading.
Well, that was just not. 100 to 110 feels weird.
Contact with target.
Yeah, not good. We're going to down rank on that one. Not actually fall down, but we're definitely losing points. Could be overloading. Yours had 70, up to 90. 90 is pretty standard, I think. 90 is what I tend to go with. I'll quickly check. Yeah, I've already got that. And then that'll just be an XP thing. Right, okay. So let's just have a little look on XSplit and just see if it tells me I'm dropping any frames. No, I've dropped 0 frames. I've got a bitrate of 2000. Everything looks fine. Just double check some settings, make sure we've got everything running as it should be. Yeah, all looks okay. All looks okay on the settings side of things. I've got the resolution at 1920 and 1080 at 60 FPS. Not quite sure what 75% means. Let's have a look. Scale to 100%. I don't know what that means, so I'm not going to do it because whatever it was probably a default setting, so I don't want to mess with the defaults. So might need to make some PC upgrades, upload rate upgrades, whatever it is. As I say, we're new to streaming, so these sort of things are always going to happen, and we will push through them. And when I get a bit more cash, I will, as I say, upgrade the system that I'm playing on, which is already pretty fucking good. But I'll upgrade it more in terms of the streaming elements rather than just the gaming elements as well. The graphics card I've got is top of the range. Motherboard's pretty damn good. RAM could be letting it down a bit. I can't remember if I got 12 or 16 gig. Could maybe knock that up to 20 just to make sure.
Time to see if all those drills have paid off.
Depends where the bottleneck is. I might have to do some research.
Fuse is set and
Dog
capacitors
hair.
charged.
Yeah, of course. I've got lots of dog hair in the computer. You always want to make sure that's there just to insulate everything. Also gives it that cutesy feel when you pop the side panel off. A bit homely. No point in having a golden retriever if you can't turn everything into a second carpet, is there?
This is your champion.
I'm the jump master. I am
People
honored.
stop making me the sodding jump master. I am getting sick of having to do it all the time. I'm going to go overlook just because I am lazy and I can't be asked. Thinking it through. So the reason that my camera is going a bit weird is because I have low sensitivity settings, and so when I want to do very quick down and up movements, oh no, I just clipped the edge of the castle, which has slowed us down a lot. That blows.
Playing with fences. The fence is complete.
I made that sound worse than it was. I just dislike.
Body shield here. Level 1.
Dislike it when
Stand
things
back
aren't
here.
quite
Heavy
optimized.
ammo here.
Ring countdown.
You're gonna have to move at my speed to make the next ring.
So we've currently got 2 sniper rifles. Not gonna lie, that is not an ideal layout.
First fatality. Let the games begin.
Thank you.
Let us hope.
Extended heavy mag here. Level 3.
Well, I am likely to grab that
Gotta hop
one
up here.
as soon as I
Select
get
fire. It's go time!
So the other guy's going to grab that select fire and
Thanks.
extended heavy mag, so we'll just have to move on and see what we can find elsewhere. Hemlock and G7 Scout, not exactly my ideal loadout, and none of this helps any of that in the slightest. So let's move on and see what we can see. That makes me much happier. Let's drop out the scout for it though.
I need light ammo.
Optics here.
Let my
Mid-range.
friends know about the what?
Light ammo.
Mid-range?
Light ammo here. Light ammo here. Light ammo here.
Yeah, leave the scout down there. Grab the peacekeeper and get out of here. So that's been a pretty unsuccessful. Do you use the double tap on the scout? I prefer not to. It's good when you're in a close to medium fight and you just want to get ammunition out of the gun and into their body. But when you're actually trying to snipe, it's just a pain in the ass and means that you've got half the clip size that you'd like to have. Whereas on the Eva 8 shotgun, for example, it's beautiful and a
We've
thing.
got 1 minute and the ring is far.
Well, it's
Just how I
beautiful.
like it.
Ring's not close, and we've only got 45 seconds.
I have got absolute dross for weaponry and equipment here. We're going to have to hope that this area hasn't been looted. Gold EVA is great. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of a gold anything, really, but...
Sure are split up. Let's hurry up and regroup.
Yeah, there we go. Now we've got what we're going to take with us into the end game, which is Peacekeeper Flatline. A pretty standard setup for me. It's not particularly well equipped, We've
Rings
got
moving.
no
Let's
attachments
go.
at all for
Allons-y.
the Peacekeeper
Enemy spotted.
and
Near
middling
me.
ones for the flatline, but
Champion eliminated.
I spotted an enemy.
And your next champion
I've made a
is
little
right
friend
here.
here, so let's
Let's go this way.
Engaging the enemy.
just...
Let's reposition here.
Oh, this is bad news.
Attention.
Fence in position.
Package.
If the fence gets
I'm
crossed,
unlikely
we'll
to
know.
survive this. Fortunately, that guy's aim seems to be very bad, or he's miles away from me, but I'm just going to keep zigging and zagging
And fencing.
and dropping stuff behind me and making it a bit difficult for him to end me.
Come on, come.
He's
Check out
saying
this
come
area.
on, but like come on, where? Knobneck? Oh my god, he's trying to hit the vault? I think he's trying to hit the vault. Before that ring comes in as well, that is bold. Or is he just looting through here? Does he not even have it? Vault key. This would be an odd way to go if he doesn't have it.
I'm down.
Bleeding out.
Couldn't really tell. That was chaos. I take full responsibility for my absolute shit showing there, but I don't know what the hell our team were trying to do and why no one was communicating any of it. That seemed like madness. I actually don't like to use scopes, so I don't like the Gold Scout. Prefer HCOGs or Brute. Right, okay. I like scopes a lot. I'm a big fan. I think it's the upload rate. The moment you guys got iced and the camera stopped moving around, it got a lot smoother. Okay, so as we go into action and things start to get madness, we are maybe
This
not
is
able
more
to
than a
upload
battlefield
the
to me.
quite so well. Interesting.
The championship is ours.
Just having a little look now, see how the bit rate's doing.
I only trust whom I have to
into a fight, but obviously I'll be in a fight, so it'll be tricky to say. But maybe when I'm when you were dropping, the closer to the ground, the worse it got. Yeah, because it's trying to load all the stuff
Introducing
in,
your champion.
and upload it. Right. Problem is that it doesn't necessarily tell us which aspect it's. The problem is because, like, yeah, okay, there's a lot to upload, but there's a lot for the graphics card to deal with. There's a lot for RAM to process. There's a lot, like, it could be any number of the components in the computer or in the uploading process causing that issue. It's difficult to pin down without either being a bit more tech savvy than I am or without doing some more analytics. You think it's bandwidth, okay, but what makes you think like what makes you think that my graphics card isn't a big problem, or my RAM isn't enough, or my motherboard's not processing fast enough?
Go target over there. Let's go this way. Let's explore this way.
Enemy agent over there.
So we did a pretty bad drop there. We clipped a cable on the way in, and that set off a slower drop rate.
Blood.
First kill. On the bright side, it wasn't us.
The next ring is using grapple.
Bad.
Keep eyes on the new kill leader.
But fortunately, it doesn't look like we're getting punished for it. Because nobody followed us in. The game isn't lagging views, just our ability to see it.
I got an enemy right here.
Yeah, that makes sense. As I say, I'm really not very tech savvy at all, so let me grab that turbocharger just in case. Oh shit! Don't get involved in a fight, please, Christ. What are they doing? Getting involved in a fight. Let's hope that they're the ones chasing someone down, not the other way around.
The enemies are shooting at me. I am down.
Doesn't seem like
Making
that's
contact
the
with
case.
enemy. Contact with hostile.
Someone's delighted with me, that's good.
Only you. Throw my grenade out. Adding an extra pair of eyes. My drone has been destroyed.
Fence in position.
Got one of them here.
Fence them in. Fence them out.
Relocate here. I see one of them. Be prepared.
Setting a fence. Engaging the enemy.
Nonsense. CPU's involved when you can use it. Yeah, my CPU was top notch when I got it, but now, obviously, it's several years later and it's no longer the case.
Contact.
But yeah, I don't think RAM and CPU. As Kyle mentioned, like my ability to see and play the game, I have no problems at all. The game isn't skipping or dropping for me. Everything is ideal. So yeah, it's an old CPU. Like I buy new pieces sort of every now and then, so like the graphics card was very recently upgraded and everything else is sort of just going back and back and back down the years, and frankly, like whenever someone says, oh, when did you buy this PC? God, I've had this tower for 15 years maybe, and I've just been constantly just changing the components in it. So it was released in 2010. I don't think I bought it in 2010. It was pretty new when I bought it, but it wasn't like the top one. It was probably like one season of CPUs, I would say, if that means anything to anyone, behind. So maybe 11, 12. So I've had it for 7 years, maybe 6 years, 8 years tops, I would say.
You made the right choice this time.
Which in IT terms is a fucking century. So you might be right, the CPU might be needing to get upgraded. Probably the motherboard as well, to be honest. If you get, I think the CPU and motherboard were bought at the same time. So if one gets upgraded, probably time to upgrade the other.
This is your champion.
Papa would be proud of me.
It wouldn't be worth buying a new CPU from that chipset. I'm not sure what you mean from that chipset. I'm not particularly tech savvy, I just like, and I'm decent at playing games, and I try to buy equipment that allows me to do that, but I don't really understand much about what is what. Looks like one of our allies is immediately disconnected. That's marvellous.
Let's go that way.
Our guy has been a bit of a moron and disconnected from the light way early. So we are now pretty spread out, and there's a very good chance that we are going to get split up and murdered. Since we're down to 2 people already anyway,
We're outside the next ring. Did you know I designed it?
pretty likely.
Well, I did.
Anyway, I suppose.
Attention. First blood.
Let's get rid of that.
That's the first of many lights to go out.
Wish I had a weapon that I could pick up on
Optics
these
here.
optics.
Sniper. I hit that cargo bot.
We've got a very good extended heavy mag, but no heavy weapon. We are going to want to replace this Peacekeeper with something heavy as soon as possible.
Extended light magazine here. Level 2. Ammo up.
That's going to have to do.
There's an extended light mag here. Level 2. Peacekeeper here.
So we're going double short range. Oh, baby. Hello, Flatline. That CPU is an X58 chipset. The motherboard will only support...
Spotted. Give it a bit champion.
Sensing position. Anyone passes through here, we'll know.
Smoke out. Give me a sec. Recharging shield.
Setting a fence.
Frag out.
Reloading.
Tango down.
Problems.
Tango. Hold tight. I got your back.
This can't be correct. This cannot be correct. Unless it's just to bait that down to the finish, it might have been. So I don't think it's made any more space. There's a new sound, a new motherboard as well, and probably a new one.
Reloading. Hold tight. I got
Well,
your
this
back.
guy's a god.
I'm
Well
the
played,
kill
mate.
leader. I'm ready for bear.
My synapses are firing again. Thank you. Clean my wounds.
But my mistakes were slightly badly placed nodes there. can't see shit through there. I was just interested because I wanted to try and deal with it.
Just topping off my shield.
Give me a sec. Recharge your shield.
But good to know how much damage that does. But I haven't played against Watson very much.
Off the mic. Spotted. Taking fire. Fire. Off the mic. I'm spotted. Reloading. Fuck. Double timing.
Reloading.
Give my shield a recharge.
I downed an adversary. I'm in
I
trouble.
don't recommend doing
I'm
that, but
bleeding
my
out.
god, it was fun.
Frag out.
Nice tracking from that guy. That was cool. This guy's really good. Like, I'm enjoying just watching this guy play. I need to learn some stuff from this fella. So he tracked above, pulled down, and his and yeah, he's just killing folk all over the place. What's he got? Like 4 kills? Yeah, 4 kills so far. But he's not paying attention to those footsteps. Oh yeah, he was. He was just repositioning. Alright. He knows that that guy wants to come back for the banners. And he's playing around that. But I think it's really risky because it risks getting ring pushed. And it's wasting a lot of time that you could be getting me revived. He's going to go for the revive here. Looks like he is. 10 seconds on the 10 seconds on the ring. I'm just going to die. Now the disparity between skill smoothness and top players' movement and aim ability is crazy. Yes. Yes. So, sadly, because of his delay,
Care package coming
and
in.
because of the ring timing, I cannot go and get any of those kill boxes, which would be the perfect way to just gear myself straight back up again. So now I'm just here, naked as the day I was born. And we're going to have to just make do with it. Spend some time building up again to something like combat ready.
Let's go here.
That
Allons-y.
might be very useful for me. Extended mag. That supply depot drop would be a very good cheating way. But
I've spotted an enemy.
Setting up defense in that. Target spotted. Area compromised. Enemy spotted.
Planting fences. If the fence gets crossed, we'll know.
Ring countdown.
Old Painless knocking at the door.
operation underway. Hopefully we don't get shot by those 2 guys. And get some seem to be a lot. Oh, I can't get on that door. God damn it. How did he make that jump? That is really interesting. So that's what we're talking about in terms of like knowing how to make movement. I'm gonna not get myself killed trying to learn it now, but lots of these guys have picked this place clean. Land on top of the door, so there's a pipe to the right, on top of the box coming out the wall. Yeah. Easier said than done, isn't it? Like, not saying that you're suggesting I should be able to do it, but just, I thought the same thing, like, oh yeah, you just hop on there. Fuck, it's quite tricky.
I'm in trouble. Just topping off my shields.
Take fire! Give my shields a recharge.
Fence placed. Anyone passes through here, we'll know.
Using a med kit. 1 sec.
Putting down. I'm taking damage. Playing the fences. Recharging my shield.
Care package incoming. Let's get to the LZ.
Our man seems to be just making a run for it. So, given that he seems to be a lot better than I am, let's assume he knows what he's doing and play the ring game, which is what he seems to want to do.
Recharging my shield.
Gonna have a look in these crates, see if there's anything that can up my game a little bit. I'll have that. No, I won't, because I haven't got the actual space for it. Good, that's useful.
Fence deployed.
Check the sector. Another squad is incoming.
The circuit is complete.
Down spotted. Tango killed.
Reloading.
Pop and smoke. Give my...
I is a storm.
This death box
Give me a
is
sec. Recharging shields.
fucking massive news for me.
Spotted. Double timing it.
Now,
Giving him the chimney. Spotted. Double timing it. Ambush! Ambush! There's another squad! Oscar Mike, I'm spotted.
I'm fencing. I'm in trouble. Fence I'm in, fence I'm out.
Using a med kit. 1 sec. 1 minute. Rings nearby. Dust to the last one. Get some. Spotted. Double timing it.
Laying fences. The circuit is complete.
Let's
Fence
display here.
placed. Rings nearby. 45 seconds until it closes.
looks like our man wants to run around. Sorry for going quiet, but we're in the late game now, so I'm going to focus on trying to not let this guy
Ring
down.
ain't far. Half of
See
one.
if I can play a little bit better and not die to the fucking ring, for example. Drop
Fire.
shit.
Reloading. Spotted. Double timing. I'm spotted.
Fence deployed.
Well,
I
I
downed an
knocked
adversary.
one.
Reloading. Heads up. Dropping the pain. The ring's moving. Hustle up.
I see an opponent.
I'm
Down
out
to
of
target.
mission.
Top of the chimney.
You'll be all right. I gotcha.
Let's see if he gets me up. I'll be impressed if this works.
My circuits are connected to the chip. Setting a fence.
Oh my god! Oh no! I didn't get it! I said not to do it! No!
I'm good.
No! The shame! Oh! I just want to turn the stream off. Oh! Go on, Miramon. Let's have it. Let's have it. Go on, lad. It's been a fucking pleasure to watch this guy play. Let's see if he can get it done. There are 5 squads left, though. Yeah, we're going to have to just hope he carries us even harder than he already has, which is quite hard, let's be honest. It's been a bit of an embarrassment thus far. Although I did have a fairly decent run of damage with the R99 there, so I was pleased with that. Not bad again. Not bad. I don't think he should be pushing this, but what the fuck do I know? Five squads left. Come on, lad.
Movement in progress.
4k damage or 20 skill. Yeah, well. Oh, hello. He's in a position where he can definitely mess people up a bit. I'll get some grenades down range there, my friend. Wow, that Watson's confused the ball. Nice try. What a legend. I mean, he got a bit lucky. If I jumped into the middle of 4 people like that, I think I'd have died a bit faster. But, look at that. 6 kills, 2 damage. Bravo to that man. Yeah, you got to respect that. So we get a little blip on the plus column, but frankly we didn't deserve it. We just got a bit carried there. To be honest, my electric gates did help sort of put people off and slow them down and sort of drew a lot of attention away, and that obviously allowed him to do his thing a bit better. But he still did his thing. I mean, when we were watching him, his aim was just on point. On point. I cannot play a game as Octane because I do not have Octane unlocked.
They call me the Eye of the Storm.
And re-rolling the challenge, I don't think it's worth it, so I think I'm better off just saving up those red riot marks in order to be able to unlock Caustic, Crypto and Octane.
Powered up and ready to go.
Instead of spending them on re-rolls. Because, I mean, like, Battle Pass XP, I've already done almost every challenge that exists. I do all the dailies. I don't know. Maybe it's worth re-rolling. You might be right. You might be right.
This is your champion.
My legs are ready to go.
You re-rolled here. I've never re-rolled because I just figured 3,000 BP isn't actually that much. 200. I don't know how much you earn. Like, I've not really looked at the economy system. I just play an unbelievably large amount, and that tends to cover everything.
Trust me, we want to land over here.
$15 still in the drop ship. How close are we going to get before we drop? Now, about 2 teams are coming with us. Let's have a quick check round to confirm that suspicion. Maybe not.
I'm flying.
Oh, I will let that know. That finally was just so cool. Well, we've got a fully loaded triple take.
Laying fences. Anyone passes through here?
Ring countdown.
Gas trap deployed. Grenade, watch out.
I'm in trouble. I downed an enemy. I defeated an adversary. We're one step closer to winning.
An admirable kill. Giving my shields a recharge. Enemy spotted.
Subject spotted. Gas trap deployed.
Took an enemy down. He's good for an electrical engineer, no?
Subject deceased. Fire, friends.
Reloading.
Bon travail.
New kill
That
leader
squad is all
appointed.
down.
Very awesome.
Nice.
You are our new kill leader. Alternator here. For now.
Recharging shields.
Administering medical aid.
I mean, when the triple take is so fully loaded up, I'll take it. You know what I mean? Do I ever do pre-mates? Kind of. I do. So I've been doing some like duos with a couple of friends of mine, and a couple of people, like a couple of subscribers to the channel. We sometimes do some pre-mades. We did some duos when that was a thing, but obviously they've shut that down now, which is a bit sad. But no, they've not shut it down. Like it will be coming back. But
Healing my wounds.
select fire. Oh baby, oh baby, baby, sweet baby Jesus.
Extended heavy mag here.
Let's go.
Level 2.
Dibs.
So now, am I hearing?
I spotted an enemy.
The ring is a
Never
far
mind.
distance. 1
Let's
minute
go
remains.
chase this fucking
Firing on
bit down.
subjects.
Body
I'm
shield here.
fencing.
Level 3.
Target spotted. There.
If the fence gets crossed,
Hello, sir.
Spitfire here.
I down.
Zipline deployed.
Just because it's amusing. Do not do this in a ranked game.
My suit is insulated. You're not.
I did not switch it to full auto, which is why it surprised the hell out of me when it just stopped firing mid-volley. But now we have changed it, so
Peacekeeper here.
we're on.
Optics here. Sniper. Got a hop up here. Select fire. R99 here.
Evade here. Extended heavy mag here. Level 1. Dying outside the ring would be.
I need optics for an LMG. Shotgun bolt here. Level 3. Might be something good this way.
We'll take the ultimate accelerant because it's fantastic for Watson, and then we will get moving.
Attention. Delivering care
Researching
package.
for loot in this area.
Supplies coming in.
Helmet here. Level 2.
Your item descriptions look different from mine. I have them on compact, I think. I think it's
Longbow
not
here.
the default setting.
Barrel stabilizer here. Level 2.
Body shield here. Level 3.
That would come in handy.
I will definitely go for that.
Healing my wounds.
Extended heavy mag here. Level 2.
I'm starting to get to the point
Gotta
where
hop up
I
here.
do know the... I mean, I still make mistakes,
Dibs.
obviously, but I'm starting to get to the point where I recognise stuff. So I don't need it to say...
Researching for loot in this area.
I don't need to give me all the information, I just want
Zipline deployed.
a bit less intrusive. Yeah, that's... I think it's useful.
Giving my shields a recharge. Using grapple.
Getting shot at.
Optics here. Middle range.
Who's he getting shot by?
Subject damaged.
Uh-oh. We're pretty close, but we're not actually
Hostile over there. I am taking fire, friends. Giving my shields a recharge.
Go on, lad, show your face. See how that
Recharging
goes for you.
shields. Incoming EMP. Taking damage. Take a deep breath.
I need shields.
Shields are recharging.
Just topping off my shields.
Taking fire.
Opening fire on the enemy.
Looks like we've got some company from all over the
Tossing
fucking
thermite.
place.
Spotted one. I have a subject in view.
Copy that. Oh no, there's another squad attacking. It's just you and me, friend. Let's not die.
Putting down the fence. Anyone passes through here, we'll know.
I need shields. That's our
Shields
friend's
are
banner.
here.
We should grab it.
Combat too noisy. Shush now.
Reach. Thanks. 1 minute before the ring.
Engaging the enemy.
A champion just fell. They must not be very good. Great. Who's ready to fly on a zipline? I am.
Fence placed.
More friends are coming to kill us. There's another squad. Picked up our friend's banner. We can bring them back. Only 30 seconds left on the clock. The ring's close. The enemies are shooting at me.
Oh, this is
topping off
really
my
bad
shields.
news. We are surrounded to shit.
10 seconds. I am down.
Reload. I took off. Recharging my shield. Healing my wounds. Fence crossed. We're not alone.
Bad tracking. Ah! Digital sight is great for bang smoke. Yes, yes. Oh wow, we actually had a really pretty good game there. Our teammates didn't do much, did they?
Let's go here.
I need heavy ammo.
Digital sight great for Bangalore smoke. Yeah, digital sight's amazing for that. Like also stuff like when you've got caustic and his gas, and he can see you through that, or yeah, just a lot of things it can be pretty decent for. So plus 44, not bad, not bad. But yep, we're gonna have to work hard for platinum ranks. You've got to play consistently well. You don't just get anything for free here, do you? So that is interesting. Right, I'm going to take a very quick bathroom break, and then we'll play one last game before the end of the stream. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Let's get straight into it with one last game for the evening, and then we'll call it a night. That was good. Yeah, it was a solid game, that last game. That was alright. We played fairly well. Prowler with the select fire is just amazing, and getting that early fully decked out triple take. Like, triple take is not my favourite weapon by a long shot, but if it is given the chance to be full yellow, then, you know, as with most weapons, it gets quite a lot better. Especially like digital scopes on sniper rifles. We will defeat all of our enemies. Really, really good.
This is gonna be a good fight.
What's the best game you've had?
It takes a lot to take me out.
I genuinely can't remember. I'm not fucking with you. I do not remember. I'm sure maybe it's kept on the record somewhere, like your highest kills or something.
This might be a good place to land.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, that didn't work out too well.
Do you know what your best was?
Enough landing around. We drop it.
Woohoo! Is that how
check
I
out
do it?
over there.
First blood on the enemy.
With the raid, 1.8k damage. Not the best, but good for you. Well, I mean, I don't think you need to ever measure yourself up against, you know, top streamers or top. Oh shit! Hold on. I fucked this up. Entirely my fault. I was concentrating on what I was saying and not on the game. I realised I was walking into enemy town.
Reloading.
Reloading.
I'm spotted.
Grappling. I have been down.
Pass me that sugar. Reloading. It's off, I'm getting shot at.
And fencing. If something gets crossed. Hold on. Let me help you.
Enemy down.
Let's see if we get rid of this.
Good looking out. Recharging shields.
I took out an enemy. Unnecessary evil to win.
Whole squad down. Now we can loot them.
Well, that went well. Let's get that prowler. And then let's fuck this scout off with flatlining.
I need heavy ammo. Light ammo here.
Listen up, the ring be closing in 1
Dibs.
minute.
I really need heavy ammo. I have 2 heavy guns and about 6 bullets. If anyone has any, it would be fantastic.
Heavy ammo.
Thank you
here.
so much.
Pass me that sugar.
The ring isn't very close. 45 seconds.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I am repairing myself.
That was a good fight. I think use of Watson specifically was really good.
I I hit that. Helmet here. Level 3.
I need it.
Please be an anvil receiver. Yes. So the use of the electric to sort of cover the
We need to go. Rings moving.
cover the retreat and cover the revive was really solid. I really enjoyed that. A second extended heavy and some heavy ammo. Good news.
Target spotted. Defending that area sounds good to me. Target spotted.
Care package being delivered.
Care package coming in.
I mean, it all sounds lovely.
I am taking fire, friends. Opening. Look out, grenade. Reloading.
Knocks if he doesn't.
Grenade, watch out. I am taking fire, friends.
Negating all incoming artillery. Sweet silence. Laying fences. Anyone passes through here? You know. Taking a minute to heal up.
Repairing.
Fuck buckets.
Opponent over here.
I am taking fire,
Oh
friends.
man.
I am down.
Like I didn't tell him.
Enemy right here. Enemy right here.
Drone if you need. Reloading.
Enemy is here.
Fair play to the Wraith. Fair play.
Don't take this personally.
Oh well. Right. Well, that was a good little stream. We started off in gold. We popped straight up into plat, and then we've just been sort of dicking around at the lower end of plat 4. But just sort of getting used to the style of those games, seeing where people are dropping. We're obviously starting to see some of those players where they're clearly at a higher level than us, and something to aspire to, something to try and get next time. So enjoyed that, and we'll continue to push forward. Push for diamond this season. Yes, I am. Yeah. I'm going to continue playing now. I want to, after this stream in about 2 minutes, I'm going to go meet up with another streamer and privately just have a look through some training stuff that I can do. Keep watching the odd YouTube video. Make sure that I'm up to date with tips and tricks. Hold on a sec. Let me just switch to this. Yeah. So keep up with that, and then sort of keep putting the hours in to increase my tracking and game sense. As you said, I think tracking, game sense, those are just two of the huge things that you can't teach. You just have to keep putting the hours in and learn. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, mate. That's very kind of you to stay with for so long. It was fun having a chat with you, and hopefully see you again. I do play other stuff. Sort of Wednesdays I do more chilled stuff. Monday I tend to do some sort of story progression game, or Tuesday, and on other days do quite a lot of Apex at the moment, but it'll change around. Way to go, Shiny. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate that. I will have a look at upload speeds and stuff like that to try and make the Apex streaming that I do hopefully a little bit higher quality. So do apologise for the quality drop during the more intense moments of the fights. Get some sleep. Yeah, not going to happen, mate. I'm going to be turning up half asleep, and you're going to have to deal with it. Have we found out how we're actually getting between tournament venues, by the way? I hope so, Bullet. That sounds great. I'd love to see you again. It was good chatting with you. You got a car. Great. Cool. Well, then we'll do that. All right. Hope you all have a great evening. Take care. And I will be streaming again Monday to Thursday, 8 till 11. So that's Central European time, obviously. And yeah, hope to see you again soon. Take care. Have a good night.